Everybody, wherever you're joining us from, it's Basketball Champions League. It's the quarterfinal first leg, and we're inside the AEK in Athens with a crowd that looks like it's going to be packed to the rafters for the playoff quarterfinal matchup. AEK Athens and SIG Strasbourg for a place in the Basketball Champions League Final Four. It's the first leg. You can't win it tonight, you can lose it tonight. And neither of these teams are going to want to dig a hole that makes a second leg victory impossible. Big crowd building, and the expectations following AEK's tremendous comeback win in the round of 16 when they looked dead and buried until they somehow managed to get that win in the Czech Republic over Nürnberg. One of the most knowledgeable crowds in European basketball. Here is the bracket, the road to the Final Four. We're at that stage now. Only 8 teams remain, 4 places up for berth. You saw the bottom half of the bracket, the quarterfinals yesterday with wins for Murcia. And the all-German tie was a close one. But those ties set up. We've got 40 minutes of basketball here in Athens to see who can take an advantage into that second leg back in France. It's a pleasant day in Athens, spring-like day. Here's the scores from both games yesterday with the teams on the road getting the wins. Murcia could have almost made it a foregone conclusion, but Karasiaka came back late to give themselves a chance. A 5-point margin between the all-German clash. That tie is far from over. Strasbourg yet to make a European final. 14 years or so of competition in various European club competitions. I've only seen 1 semi-final appearance, so this will double that if they can get the win tonight. Here is the roster that takes the floor. Only 10 guys in uniform for Vincent Collet. Zach Wright's veteran leadership alongside David Logan in the backcourt is going to be crucial if Strasbourg are going to confirm their regular season superior seeding to AEK. But what AEK have done all year is prove people wrong. No chance going into the second leg was how it was seen with Dragan Sakota. And the AEK team found a way to win on the road. Dusan Sakota was fundamental in that, but contributions across the roster. For the 2-time winners of European club competition, AEK, the first of those, way back when they won the Cup Winners' Cup. Iconic venue, the AEK, one of the venues used in the Athens Olympics. And you can see the atmosphere already building here. This is a story being written by AEK. On their way out in the Czech Republic, found a way to come back. And this is what it's all about, the Basketball Champions League trophy. 2 legs away from the Final Four. First weekend in May, we'll see the 4 best teams, the 4 survivors, make their way to the Final Four. Zach Wright. "33 years old now. Jeremy Luke. A lot of experience on the Strasbourg lineup. Great experience on the bench. Great European experience. The away leg in a 2-legged tie, the first leg, you've got to stay in touch. If you can get the win, great. If you can get the tie done and dusted. But against this AEK team, as they showed in the quarterfinal, in the round of 16, they are never out of it. Tremendous 4th quarter comeback. Delroy James, now 30 years old. 2 meters 3, the power forward who really has had a marvelous season. Just a great contribution, 9 points, 7 rebounds every day of the week. Great mix on this AEK team with Greek internationals and a number of quality, experienced overseas players, and no more of a heartbeat of the team than Dimitris Manolidis going through for Dusan Sokota. AEK Athens will feel as though they are almost here by default, no pressure. Written off with that loss in the first leg of the tie in the previous round, found a way to win, and now find themselves in the OAKA at home for the first leg of the quarterfinal. Here's the third team on the floor this evening. Mr. Thomas, Mr. Adamir, and Mr. Martins from Lithuania, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Latvia, respectively. The third team on the floor. As much teamwork required by those three as the other two teams going through the last stages of the warm-up. Both teams come here after wins in domestic competition. Strasbourg cemented their place in second spot in Pro A in France with a win at Gravelines, 76-71. AEK had a 3rd v 4th clash and got the win. Here's the starting lineup for Strasbourg. David Logan will have to control things. D-Boss will give you that real punch from the point. And if they take care of business on the glass, this team could control tempo. And I think Vincent Calais will be most interested if his team can control the tempo tonight. Run when they can, but otherwise, it's about percentages. It's about controlling tempo. It's about giving themselves a chance to win in the second leg. Could become a very technical and tactical matchup, this. Starting lineup for AEK with Manny Harris, who really can get it going, with Laron Zakis, both shooting the ball incredibly well. Vince Hunter's got to go to work on the inside. Mike Green will have to bring that veteran experience to keep AEK on the same page. If they're on the same page, they are so effective. Glagan Sakota found a way, found combinations to get the win in the last 16. Clean slate, quarterfinal action, Basketball Champions League. We are 2 legs, 1 matchup away from the Final Four. And this one's got a mouth-watering feel about basketball and nights of European action. The traditional 2-legged tie. Control of the backboard, crucial factor in tonight's game. You don't get to this stage without having enough talent on the glass. But who's going to actually win that battle? Obviously, it's not the first time these two teams have played. They've played twice already this season. Strasbourg have won both by 2 points at home, at 1 point in Greece. That tells you how close this game's going to be. Won't be any surprises on the floor. AEK need their offense to really tick up, get into gear early. A high-scoring game you'd think would favor AEK. But in these head-to-heads, 2-legged games, I'll say it again, if you win the glass, if you win the rebound battle, you have a real opportunity to win the game. AEK slightly shade that stat by a rebound a game. But if either team can create dominance on the glass, that's the team that will probably get the W. Well, welcome everybody. You are inside the AEK, inside one of the homes of basketball in Europe. Basketball Champions League quarter-final action. Strasbourg in the grey uniform, AEK in the home yellow. We're underway. 80 minutes of action to decide who makes the Final Four. And D. Bost will get Strasbourg into the half court. Pick and roll early. Logan on the lift. Nice entry down low, straight to the heart of the defense. Little hook is no good. And defensive rebound is hauled in. Neither team scores because they run a lot. Both teams are efficient. Green gets into the seam. Penetration for two is good. And Larizakis straight down the gut of the defense, gets the two. As you know, this Larizakis attacks it, gets the two, ticks it over for the home team. Logan looking inside early. Mid-range jump shot is good. Tempo, both teams settling in really, really effectively. Lavoli ties it into a beast. Mike Green turns the corner, gets right to the rack. Basket interference. So AEK, the team that wants to run pick and roll, the team that spreads the floor, getting straight down the gut of the defense. $96 points in the 3v4 game at the weekend for AEK at home. You always feel play at home on the weekend before the home game in the Basketball Champions League really does set you up nicely. Logan will relieve the pressure. Again, looking to post. They're going to go high-low. They're going to leave and offer the jump shot. Nice pass, nice cut, great block. Pulls out of bounds and will stay with Strasbourg. Amaro Bilan took it down the middle and just got rejected. Gotta like the way AEK has structured itself here, really challenging Strasbourg. Turnover out of bounds, chance to run, but AEK turn it down. Green in the half court will take the pick and roll. The three is gone, is long. Larizakis keeps it alive, but D. Bost will look at his options in transition. Turns the corner, finds the elbow, drops it inside to Bilan, turnover. Back-to-back turnovers for Strasbourg. Larizakis gets it off the Green. Gotta like the tempo for AEK. Trying to space the floor. Hunter will come ball screen. Green stops, looks inside, great pass, tough finish. Manny Harris on the cut, moved really well without the basketball. And at the moment, AEK have got the tempo and the type of game they want. D. Bost dumps it inside. Liberi feels a little help. D. Bost for three is off. Bilan can't keep it alive, and AEK will control it on the sideline. Strasbourg just have to remind themselves they found ways to win the two regular season games against AEK. Green accelerates and finds the hole, drops it inside. Hunter goes up. Tough turnaround, soft touch for two. (8-2) start for the home club. Logan runs the baseline, puts it down. He gets it on the inside, help, and fouled as Louis Labelli. Labelli, he looked like he had an easy two here, but Hunter was having none of that. Protected the front of the ring, got some hands involved. Here's the block. Hunter just said, this is where I live, this is my house. Ball out of bounds. Labelli out top. It's a way of a little hop and a jump. Logan, got to put it up, steps back for three. Is no good. Tough box out. Labelli had no way to get to the glass, and AEK really setting their stall out here early in the game. Green, little lift. Drops down, little floater for two is good. Ike share it beautifully. Little push shot for Hunter for two. 10-2 start. Oh, Bilan doesn't get the contact he wanted. Debost, 7 on the possession. Little hesitation, spins to the middle in traffic. Jump hook is no good. Bilan's on the glass. Just about survives with it. The 3 out of the scramble is no good. Debost gets a new 14. Logan wide open. Can't get it to drop. And Ike dodged 3 bullets. Blocking foul by Debost. And Strasbourg will look at the score and think, we're okay, we're 10-2 up, but they wide open looks they gave up the last 3 shots. Timeout. Strasbourg want to talk it over. That's a tremendous start for Ike. Great work on the glass.
They bang, but we don't do anything. Inside, out, moving. We are so slow. We see me on the floor, nobody comes, only one person. Faut réagir, wake up. Wake up. On n'y est pas là. Start to play, okay? Don't be scared. Allez, we have time. Now we must start. Next, wait. Next offense. We do look down first.
Dell will be here, so he will go in this peak with. And if he step out, you fly inside. Number 4 will check you. 4 is free, and Manny and you stay 2 against 1. So we can pass here, or you both will go. Let's go, guys, let's go. Don't say.
Well, real difference between the 2 timeouts, as you heard. Coach Sakata, he's out there planning. He's out there drawing plays. He's out there trying to create shots within the tempo that I could come into this game. Coach Collet is just, hey, we haven't started yet. Plenty of time. Let's get going. Trying to remind these guys. Nothing to be worried about. We're the highest ranked team. Let's get out and play hard. Let me see if they get that response from Strasbourg. They've got to pick it up. Green penetrates, kicks. Never really attacked the bucket. 3 is gone and dropped. Zach Wright. Sorry. Manny Harris with time. Just stroked it. Zach Wright has it now. Moves it on. Logan comes off the screen. Steps back. Strokes the 3. Can't answer. Defensive rebound is Laranzakis. And Ike with a 13-2 advantage. Feeling it at the moment. Zach Wright's just cannot help off Harris too much. Spin through, Russell on the play. Damien Inglis is charged with a personal. Here's the spin. Inglis goes, well, didn't really do anything, just left his arm hanging there. Delroy James on the free throw line. It's under 70% across the Basketball Champions League season. What a start for Ike. Makes it a 14-2 advantage. Zach Wright advances the basketball. And down low, he's trying to create space. Laranzakis knocks it out of bounds, but also just slapped down across the arm. Here he goes, watch this. There you go. I'm not a referee, but I think I might have got that one correct. Logan flares, will get the ball screen from Labali. Inglis goes down low, right in traffic, tries to manufacture one. Labali alive on the glass, gets the tip. And while they needed that, have to keep the scoreboard ticking over on the road. You do not want to have droughts of scoring. Green, who started this game incredibly confidently. Wow, tough pass, never really there. Zach Wright comes up with a steal, looks to push, gives it up. Logan tries to create a little space here. Oh, what a steal! Larenzakis, goalkeeper-like. Ball's turned over the other way though. Inglis going the other direction, attacks it to the ring for two. Nice response to the timeout by Strasbourg. They go 4-0 on the floor. But what a steal by Larenzakis. Couldn't turn it into points, but you know that one's going to be on some film. Back-to-back threes. Manny Harris just follows the last one in. 17-6 for Ike, and Harris is in rhythm. Atkins drops it to Logan. Logan needs a pass. Right, goes back inside. Labaree on this little fadeaway too. And Labaree becoming a factor. Ike just have to be relentless in their execution right now. Green attacks it, gets inside, drops it to Larenzakis, who hits the side of the glass. What a rebound. What a rebound and what a second effort. Atkins will be charged with a personal. Hunter just went to work. And the great thing about Hunter going back up, he wasn't taking prisoners, looking to throw down the offensive rebound. Chance to make this a double-digit game. First one is short. Green will sit. And Ike get into the rotations with a 10-point advantage. Wright is fouled. Will go to the free throw line. Zach Wright straight down the gun of that defense. Vanopoulos picks up the personal. That's unbelievable still. Right, knocks down the first. Two for two from the line. It's back to an 8-point game. 2:40 to go in the first. Vanopoulos into the half court. They get Harris. Comes off the ball screen, backs it out, looks at his options. Wants to play a little one-on-one here. Stops, no puck. Great defense by Atkins. They move it on, and Zakis can't get it to drop. Defensive series by Strasbourg. Atkins looks at his options. Goes down low. Baseline help. Inside, outside, they attack it, drops it down. Labaree finds a hole and blows the little 4-footer. It's much, much better by Strasbourg, though. Much more positive in the offensive end. Harris is going to be fouled by Levi Randolph. That's a tough matchup for Randolph. Just leaves his hands in. 14th foul for Strasbourg. Harris stops, fires up the three, is in and out. And Zach Wright already making a difference to this Strasbourg lineup. Will take the ball screen. Labaree will pop. They drop it inside. Atkins is going to play a little bit of football, or Hunter's going to play a little bit of football. End line possession. New full team for Strasbourg. Zach Wright thinking about it. Puts it on the floor, stops, fires the long two, is short. Labari becoming a huge factor as this first quarter develops. Zach Wright again, they're going to offer the three. Puts it on the floor, needs a pass, finds one, turnover, it looks like. Well, regardless of anything else, it's a 24-second violation. Zach Wright's got to back himself a little bit here. Harris not really respecting the offensive threat. But then gets into here. No one helped. They all stayed at home. Sakata checks in. Dimitris Mavroidis. Both integral parts of the Greek national team that did so well in the World Cup qualifiers so far. 4-0 record for Greece as they head into the last competition window of the first round, June, July. Can't wait for that. That's already been a huge buzz for the game. The World Cup qualifiers, teams playing at home. What a competition that's already turning out to be. Sakata tries to find a hole, doesn't find one. Aaron Zakis. And Mavroidis sets a screen, everybody stays screened. Aaron Zakis finds a little hole, goes with a floater for two. Doesn't get the job. Sakata rebounds, pushes back up for two. Great work on the offensive glass. Got to make contributions coming off the bench, and Sakata gets the offensive rebound and puts it back. 75% from two-point range for Ike. Three is gone and buried. Levi Randolph in rhythm. This is why these two teams are in the quarterfinal. Quality across the roster. Danopoulos. Sakata will screen. Mavroidis will dive. Danopoulos in the lane finds Mavroidis. And one. With the theatrics, with the two. Goes to the free throw line for one. Everybody who's come off that Ike bench has made a positive contribution. Just outworks Bilan. Goes back up for two. Danopoulos drops it inside. And Mavroidis hits the deck. Mavroidis to make this a 10-point game deep in the first, which he does. Strasbourg trying to hold for the last shot of a difficult first quarter for them. They've steadied the ship though. Zach Wright moves it on. Boss takes the ball screen off Bilan. Nice pass underneath. Move to the inside for two. Great finish. Absolutely super finish by Levi Randolph. Great execution by Strasbourg. That'll do it for quarter one. Ike at home, having lost the two regular season games to Strasbourg by a combined total of 3, lead it by 8, 23-15. This one is beginning to boil. Great first quarter for Ike. They lead it 23-15.
Be tougher, okay? Don't keep the ball, pass out. And after we must be aggressive. Always solution outside. We mustn't be too tight, okay? We need to take shots.
Well, there's some impressive numbers for Ike in the first quarter, 78 and 40%. 17% from Strasbourg, lid on it from the three-point line for them.
We have to follow, so the big man inside.
So, go this side, you know, do something, and come back, but, you know, watch this flare. If they switch or do something, you dive inside straight.
I will call it, I will say two, okay? So because I know that we go with this guy. I will call it. Yes, good.
Next call, let's go in this pick and roll because Bilan is in the game, we have to try.
Well, while you're getting a look at these highlights, interesting to see if Ike get into that, trying to exploit that matchup. They're going to go at Bilan, according to Coach Sakata, in the pick and roll. They're going to force Bilan to play defense in the pick and roll. It's always hard for the big man You know, how do you play that pick and roll, depending on how Coach Collet says they're going to play it. The thing about this, Ike, and any Greek club, in terms of reading options out of the pick and roll, they are quite possibly the best in the world at it. Start of quarter two. Ike will have the first look at it in the half court. Bilan in the game. Interested to see if Mavridis will come and run some ball screen. Some more action away from the basketball. Mavridis on the screen. Bilan has to switch, and Mavridis gets incidentally tripped. Unfortunate clash. Wide open, mid-range two on the end of the break is no good, and they just can't buy a perimeter jump shot. Real opportunity for Ike here to build a lead. Sakota will reverse it. Great rip through. Venopoulos needs a pass, finds one. Inside, outside, wide open for three. Got it! That's how to run the break. That's how to share the ball. Tremendous execution. And Panda just knocked down the three. It's how to share the basketball. Whistle on the play. Jeremy Leloup just trying to create, maybe trying to create when there's not really space or options to create. Debost moves it on. Right, spins to the middle, drops it down. Milan can't hold it. And more opportunity here for Ike to build the lead. Great finish. Contorted his body off the glass. Created an angle. Venopoulos just finishes the play beautifully. Answered by three. Randolph is really finding some rhythm on the three ball. Venopoulos. Sakota. They leave it wide open. They dodge a bullet, Strasbourg. Looks like someone didn't read the scout report. Right to the ring for two. Can't get it to drop. Bilan's on the glass. Does a great job outworking his opponent. Venopoulos is going to be charged with a personal. Leloup will find Debost. 10-point game, but Strasbourg really do look like they've found some rhythm here. That's going to go travel, ball out of bounds. Ike will benefit from yet another turnover. Lopez will get the Mavridis screen. Holding foul. Debost picks up the personal. Punter will get it back to Venopoulos. Punter will lift. Oh, great work by Debost, just so quick. Logan spots up, lines up the three, is off again, and they just cannot find their range at all. Turnover back though. Randolph puts his toe on the line, knocks down the two. And Ike will take the timeout. Strasbourg cut it to an 8-point lead, and Randolph toes the line. He's made his last three from deep. He's the only guy from Strasbourg who's got any consistency from the perimeter. But Ike have a great opportunity to build a lead. Strasbourg still haven't found a way to defend the pick and roll. Still haven't found a way to try and take AEK out of the sense that they're running, which means they're getting shots they want.
No, this is fair. This is fair.
65% to 35%. That tells you the margin straight there.
Guys, man, we give them now a couple of easy baskets. Keep going, let's go in shirt five.
The field goal percentage largely down to,
Don't use the peak.
or largely influenced by the AEK getting shots out of what they're trying to run, out of their options, out of transition, out of a half-court set. Whereas Strasbourg are having to create for themselves, which doesn't give them the consistency. And you can really do have to give some credit to AEK in the way they're prepared for this. The crowd here trying to do all they can to carry AEK to the Final Four. They have to do their work tonight and leave it to the team for the away leg next week. 8-point margin for AEK with 7:12 to go in the first half. Anopoulos will get it to Mavridis. Good ball movement again. Sakota looks underneath. Oh! Deadpan expression for Sakota. Would love to see it again. Bus goes off the glass for two, doesn't get the drop. That's great work to help out on the glass by Thanopoulos, because Atkins was all over the offensive boards. Sakota goes for the lob. Mavridis enjoys it. Sakota tried to style it out. 11-point lead for AEK. The loop tries to get open. They look long side on the out of bounds. Randolph puts it on the floor, inside, little floater for two. And Levi Randolph offensively is carrying Strasbourg at the moment. He has 12 at the 22. Punter comes off the screen. Mavridis has Logan on his back. Punter takes the three. Great work by Sakota on the glass. Leloup missed him on the box out. Well, when Punter makes the decision to take the shot, he's really got to back himself. Mavridis had Logan on his back underneath. Sakota on Leloup, trying to back in, inside, outside. Punter on the penetration, can't get it to drop. Debost. Takes the ball screen from Atkins, now goes at Mavridis, kicks it, Logan. Mavridis helps, Logan inside, drops it to Atkins for the easy two. Great decisions by Logan throughout the play. 7-point game. Defense from Strasbourg up a notch. Manny Harris outside the three will take the Mavridis screen. Little hesitation, gets to the glass, is fouled by Atkins. No complaints, or there should be no complaints. Strong move. Mavridis will sit. Hard show. D-Boss now has Sakata. Tries to get a little separation. Attacks him down the middle for the easy two. Sakata has got to rely on his help, and there was none. Atmosphere seems to have dropped a little in the game. It's a lot about Strasbourg defense, blocking foul by Leloup. This back in the game. Atkins will sit. Laboret checks in. Delroy James is the guy to relieve the pressure. 7 on the possession. Into the lane, and they blow in a layup. Ball is finally secured by D-Boss. He'll advance it. Strasbourg have a chance to cut it to 5 or 4. They haven't been that close for a long time. Randolph drops it inside. English tries to go to work, got a holding foul. Mike Green picks up the personal. Randolph tries to create a little separation, puts it on the floor, in the lane, stops, fires up the tough two, no good. Defensive rebound falls to Vasilopoulos. Mike Green. Well, you can see the cut by Vasilopoulos. Never stopped. Green saw him. Just a little bit of fancy footwork. Stops the opportunity developing. Punter, a little floater for 2. Punter goes to 5 personal. Contributions from across the roster. D-Boss off the glass, can't get the drop. Chance to run, they look long. Green has it, gives it up. Punter moves it back. They want to play a little one-on-one here. Mike Green tries to back in, looks to draw help. Nice lift. Punter stops, pops for 2, is short. D-Boss with numbers. Attacks it down the middle, off the glass, is fouled. Vasilopoulos picks up the personal. D-Boss will go to the free throw line. Sakata checks back in. Green outside, looks at his options, looks to turn the corner. This plays good defense, helps out, cuts it off. And travel call. Saxon moves it on, looks inside as Logan gets him inside. English with one-on-one, but with a lot of help. Nice pass. But it's blocked. Just too much size, too much traffic. And Zach Wright peels himself off the floor, looks at the referee and says, hey, where were you? Shrug of the shoulders, shake of the head. Let's take a look. But you have a little bit of sympathy, should we say, with Zach Wright. He should have gone through that contact, though. He tried to shy away, almost to protect himself. We are on the road to the Final Four. The referee's going to have a look at, I think they're going to look at, should it be a 14-second reset? So did the ball actually hit the ring on Zach Wright's shot, or was the physical contact enough to stop it even getting that far? Well, it obviously didn't get to the ring. That's not the debate. The important thing here, and the only thing to worry about completely, is are the referees happy that they've got the right call? If it takes them a little while, as long as it doesn't happen all the time, it's the right thing to do. So that's a new 24, which is an interesting one. Can only assume that they thought Ike had control of the basketball. This almost seals off space. Nice matchup with Vasilopoulos. He was going up with the right hand for two. Holds the space so well. 6-point game. Important in terms of momentum of the game here. If Ike can keep it above 6, approaching double digits, they will have the momentum. If Strasbourg drag this back to a 5-point game, they're going to be very happy going into the locker room. Vasilopoulos will look for his options, puts it on the floor, needs a pass. Sakota, mid-range for 2. It's in the scouting report. Dusan Sakota, 7 points personal. Excellent shooter. Nobody looks high-low, great pass. It's a poor miss by Ingles, went high-low. Really should have come up with a 2. Green looks at his options, will take the ball screen, looks to turn the corner. Now he has a matchup somewhere he's gonna like. Attacks it, goes strong off the glass, gets his own rebound. Sakota looks down low, Punter has it, brings it out. Kevin Punter, guarded by Logan. This looks like it's going up. In the lane, floater for 2 is good. Timeout Strasbourg. Ike re-established that momentum. Punter is offense. Instant scorer with less than 2 on the clock. Just finishes the play.
C'était bien joué encore. We do same. But they don't respect. No problem. Pass the ball to Luis. Okay, we do it that way. Damien, okay. Luis is here. Damien here. Back up. Luis come. We have Levi. We have David. Damien in the middle. You pass the ball here. Even if they help, you go screen for somebody else. Okay? They're solid.
Okay? Everything switches. Okay. Don't rush in offense. We stay. We try to get one foul. Healthy.
So just over a minute to go of the first half, and Ike have re-established that double-digit lead. They could getting above that going into the half. They are going to approach half-time with a lot of confidence. I believe with a big finish. Too many people helped. Arizakis will move it on. Hunter always challenges, steps back for the long two. It's no good. All right, can't get it. The English can. Nice response to the timeout. 4 straight points, good defensive series. And Strasbourg turned that momentum around. Still only 33 points in the half for Strasbourg. Mike Green. 7 on the possession. Arizakis way short. They get a new 14. Nice finish by Green. And that'll do it. A great half of basketball for AEK Athens. They started well and they maintained. They lead it at the half of the first leg, 41-33 over Strasbourg. Strasbourg won't score 33 again. It's good defensive effort by AEK, but they just missed some gimmies. 25% from the three-point line for Strasbourg, 63% for AEK from two-point range. The rebounds and the assists and the steals are already pretty even. This is just down to straightforward making shots. And AEK have just made more shots than Strasbourg. Their offensive execution has been out of the top drawer. Game leaders, Danny Harris with 10. Zach is always across the stat line, and that one of those 2 steals was just outstanding. Both teams sharing points. Punter with 7, Sakota with 7, and Harris with 10. That's only 24 of the 40-plus points. So AEK getting contributions across the roster. Their ball movement is better. Their offensive execution is creating better shots. Strasbourg have found a way to get back in this now. They've found a way to get some momentum offensively. Now they're just going to have to work for the next second 20 and get as close, or if not back into winning this game. As we said right at the top of the game, you cannot win it tonight, but you can definitely lose it. And that's what Strasbourg's first objective are. Get back, get competitive, and give us the chance to win it at home. We'll leave you with some highlights of that first half. We'll see you shortly for the second half. Can AEK drive home this advantage, or can Strasbourg keep it close for the second leg in France?
So, coach, how satisfied are you from Mike's performance in the first half?
I was looking that all deals that we have were working okay. In second period, we start making, without reason, some turnovers, and we led them to take a 9 offense rebound. We could have even better score because this is good team. They might recover, especially with these 3-point shots in transition. So we have to stop them, don't let them to run and shoot in transition.
So do you think that the defense could be the key for you in the second half?
Defense is always necessary because if you let this team, they become very strong. If you play hard, you know, we have chance from the other side also to make some fast breaks. And from defense, you are taking all confidence.
Thank you very much. second half?
First, we need to start better than the first because we started very bad, them very well. And after that, we were obliged to run behind them the whole half. I think it was better after first 5 minutes, but we must be better on the shots. Our 3 best scorers didn't score. So we were obliged to find some other solution, but we need a little bit Logan, Bost, to really make the game be closer.
Thank you very much.
Well, welcome back. You heard Coach Collet with the analysis there of his issue, and clearly, as we've all seen, he has been unable. They have been unable to get some consistency in scoring from guys who week in, week out put up numbers. So he mentioned Logan and Bost. Bost in particular looked a little bit hesitant, second-guessing himself a little bit, and I could benefit from that situation. Let's open up this 8-point lead, but you've got to believe that those guys from Strasbourg will do enough in this second half that they're going to keep this tight. I think you heard Coach Sakota say that they pretty much got the advantages they wanted, and that was clear. They really did exploit the weakness as they perceived it in Strasbourg, and who they wanted to involve in the pick and roll, where they wanted to move the ball to. It's been a clinic of how to try and create advantage. And the great thing when this team is like this, they share the ball particularly well, and they create opportunity for each other. And that is reflected on the field goal percentages, because as we said right before the half, we can cut this, look at it, analyze it whatever way you want, but AEK Athens have made more shots, more open shots of better executed offense than Strasbourg. Anything beyond that, and you're starting to look for excuses and reasons. At the end of the day, they have fundamentally shot the basketball better, and that's what Coach Collet was saying in terms of both Bost and Logan have to become factors in the scoring column. Well, welcome back. Hope you've had the opportunity to catch your breath, get a drink, get ready for the second half here in Athens. Strasbourg in the grey uniform will have the first look in the half court. Bost trying to create opportunity for himself. Zach Wright has a look, turns it down. Has to be more aggressive. This group of players has to be looking to be scorers. Bost steps back, is blocked. Great work, tremendous defensive effort. That's got to be unsportsmanlike, surely. That's just a straight push for Inglis. Delroy James just took off. Or maybe I was a little hasty in the analysis of the foul, but let's take a look. Watch this. Delroy James plays great defense as Delroy Bost hesitates. James has it. That is a push in the back. That, to me, looks unsportsmanlike, but maybe the officials took the first contact where there was a reasonable attempt to go across and play the ball. James can't make it a 10-point game. Bost has to become decisive. Comes off the high screen. Lebele will dive. Doesn't get a look. Rescreens. Ball does not go below the foul line extended. Ray with the three. Knocks it down. Luis Labary. Great little stroke. 6-point game. Goes to 11 points personal, becoming a scoring factor. Had moments in that first half where he really did take over. Harris is blocked and unceremoniously blocked. Apart from the steal here, these first exchanges, good signs for Strasbourg. Bost on a quick pull-up, can't get the drop. Labary's on the glass, that'll be a foul as he went after it. Labali's probably saying, yeah, I don't think I pushed him. Well, he more lent on him, should we say. Here's the block down the other end. A lot of contact on the way up. Clean block. Green. Baseline, tries to step through. Ball knocked away. Bost is quick. Ball's knocked away. Larantzakis. The Bost out of bounds. Giannolis Larantzakis just went to work defensively. Great effort. Bost hits the baseline, ball out of bounds. Larantzakis doing all that blue-collar stuff, renowned for. Hunter gets it to the far side of the ring, can't get it to drop. Zach Wright in transition, gets to the foul line. Gets to the foul line and doesn't threaten. It's a wide open foul line jump shot. In transition, Strasbourg could score. It could get some rhythm going. Positive decisions. Same spot, can't get the same result, but if you get the offensive rebound, the Bost is off the three. Larantzakis. And they just about secured. It's a much, much more aggressive approach to the second half by Strasbourg. Crowd trying to lift Ike. This is not just about the win, it's about the margin. The win first, margin second, obviously. But AEK have an opportunity here to give themselves a real shot at the Final Four. Manny Harris, a little hesitation. Takes a tough one in the lane. Not a great shot. Bost. Pass, Zach Wright for two. And you have a real nice feel about Strasbourg when they keep the ball moving. Straight out of transition into secondary break options. Looks very effective at the start of this second half. Moves it on, Green, outside. A little static now, Ike. Mike Green stops and pops and can't get it to drop. And Strasbourg silence in the OACA crowd. Great steal by Harris. And he just throws it straight back to Bost. It's another turnover, Labali's on the glass. Timeout for Ike. And the lead has disappeared. It's a two-point game, and Strasbourg have the momentum, are the aggressor. And watch this. Poor decision by Manny Harris after the excellent steal. And Labali is becoming a huge factor in the game. Labali on 13.5 minutes, 13.6 from 8 from the floor. 5 boards. Has an efficiency rating of 15. And you can see the difference in Sakota's timeout now.
Over 3 people, come on. Take, if you go down, score or take a foul, okay. But don't throw the ball. We cannot go back in this.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's go, let's go. Allez, one stop. Allez, let's go. Be smart. Let's go.
Well, we said right at the beginning of the game, win the glass, you have a real shot at this game. And it was pretty close at the half in terms of rebound numbers, but a tremendous effort on the boards by Strasbourg. Their field goal percentage haven't exactly gone up, but they've got more shots. Great work on the offensive glass in this third quarter. 6:50 to go in 3. And Ike's lead has all but disappeared, 42-40. The next trip after the timeout, crucial if they're going to re-establish the same sort of rhythm and confidence they've had earlier in the game. soft pressure by Strasbourg, just takes a little time out of the set. Larantzakis breaks down the defense. Beautiful finish. Absolutely out of the textbook. Larantzakis, quick first step, gets to the glass, 4-point lead. DeBost finds himself outside the three, backs it out for a little bit of space and separation. Attacks it, spins to the middle, kicks. English puts it on the floor, into traffic. Another offensive rebound, this time it's Zach Wright again. And they are just going to war on the offensive board. Zach Wright comes up with another positive stat. English penetrates into traffic, but White's already on the move. Zach Wright for the offensive glass. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Great signs for Strasbourg. Two for two from the line. We're back to a 2-point game. Phenomenal crowd noise. Up 10, up 2. This crowd is on the same page, singing their heart out here. The atmosphere is tremendous in the AEK. Ike trying to get back for European glory. They've tasted European triumphs twice in their history. Strasbourg have never made a final. So they're trying to get to the top of the mountain for the first time. Larantzakis will ball screen, and they move it on. Down the middle, off the glass for two is no good. And Larantzakis will collect. No reset. Harris lines it up. Can't get it to drop. DeBost, numbers down the floor. Doesn't like the math, so he'll bring it out. Larantzakis does a great job in transition. DeBost turns the corner in the lane, and Larantzakis will be charged with a blocking foul. They come up short. Randolph with a chance to tie it at 44. Can't complete the little jump hook. In transition, we've got a whistle. English with the personal. Reaches Mavridis. It's like when the cavalry arrives. Everyone feels good. Mavridis has a chance to really stamp himself on this game. Crucial moments for Ike. Move to the baseline is no good. We've got a whistle. Holding foul. Mavridis automatic has impact on the game. He is such a difficult box out. He's just such a matchup. Eats up space, intelligently loses his space. Labaree gets moved, and then Labaree has to hold. Oh, Mavridis forces him to hold. Manny Harris puts it on the floor, attacks it off the right hand, off the glass for two. Tough move in traffic by Manny Harris. 12 points personal for the 28-year-old. Labaree living by jump shots in this second half. Nails another one. Green, far side of the ring, goes with the left hand, comes up empty. DeBost, chance to tie the game or even lead it. Zach Wright needs a pass. Boss to take the lead for the first time, and does. Strasbourg, having trailed by 12, lead by 1, 4 to go in the third. Manny Harris stops, tries to take a tough one, and that's the story of this third quarter. AEK taking tough shots, and Strasbourg on the break for two. Atkins gets the two. It's a case of role reversal in this third period. Strasbourg getting shots they want and forcing this AEK lineup to take shots that the defense wants them to take. Nice move, great finish. Delray James shakes the move, gets to the ring for two. It's all one-on-one for AEK though. They are not sharing the ball in the same way they did in the first half. Zach Wright into the half court. Randolph. DeBost coming to play in the quarter three. Lavali. And Mavridis. And Lavali is going to claim he was fouled. Mavridis just says, I'm big. Walks past Lavali. Mavridis deceptively quick and balanced. Gets out. That's a foul. I don't know how that's not a foul. He took off 6 feet away and landed in Laborie. One-point game. AEK have an opportunity to retake the lead on this possession. Mileo Bilan will check back in. Laborie will sit. Sakota has joined the game for AEK. Great contribution. Great contribution by Louis Lavali. Manny Harris outside. Mavridis wants a touch. Gets a touch. This won't be quick. It's going to be big and heavy though. Mavridis working hard. Bounce inside, outside. Manny Harris puts it on the floor. Stops. Pops the tough two. Good defensive series. DeBost is fouled in transition. Kevin Punter picks up the personal. All Strasbourg need now is David Logan to get going, and they're in a great place. DeBost. Bilan can't connect. Zach Wright comes down with it though. Great little step for two. Hours upon hours of little footwork drills around the ring, and Zach Wright just shows great fundamentals, knocks down the two. 8 points personal. Sakota is held in the post. Strasbourg in the penalty. Sakota will go to the free throw line. One-point game. Oh, great first step. Wright's in the zone. Gets down the floor, gets behind the defense. Just a quick decision. Those decisions that were taken forever by Strasbourg in the first half. Wright goes to 10, and Coach Calais called this exactly right at the half. His big names, his big players have to come and score. Green kicks it. Punter in the lane is blocked. Great recovery by Wright. Looks to give it up. DeBost in transition, numbers down the floor. David Logan's always licking his lips in the corner, needs to join the party right now, and Strasbourg are in a great place. DeBost off the screen, looks inside. Bilan's not an option. Logan lifts. In the lane, off one leg. Count it. Welcome to the scoring, David Logan. But all of a sudden, everything looks bright for Strasbourg. 5-point lead with momentum. Green's in the lane, is fouled. Will go to the free throw line, and they're having to work hard for anything they can get in this third period. It's a 22-9 period. so far for Strasbourg. Green stops the bleeding, albeit temporarily. And when you need it, who do you go to? You go to your man, Vasilopoulos. Baganaldis. Vasilopoulos steps in late in the third. 55 to 52, 126 to go in three. And Strasbourg have turned this around in the OAK. Atkins needs a pass. Just about finds one. Bilan. Loop. Bilan gets it in the block. And Vasilopoulos, when he fouls you, he fouls you. Watch this. There you go. If you're going to go after it, you go after it hard. And you can see Bilan's reaction, not enjoying the moment at all. Danopoulos will step in for AEK. Coach Sakota stays with the rotation. David Logan. Leloup drops it inside. Great play. Ball movement by Strasbourg. It's like role reversal. They're sharing the ball, getting high percentage shots in this third period, and they lead it by 5. Punter tries to turn the corner, gets to the foul line, moves it on. Vasilopoulos for 3. Got it! Well, the crowd favorite, the talents of Manning Vasilopoulos. When you need him, he always answers the call. He knocks down the 3. Logan to answer, he's no good. Defensive rebound, out of bounds on the rebound by Punter. Let's take a look. Travels a long way in the air. There he is. Out of bounds. Chance for Strasbourg to hold for the last shot of what's been a great third quarter for the French club. David Logan will hand off to Zach Wright. Off the high screen, looks to turn the corner, needs a pass. Turnover, Vasilopoulos again's the man who comes up with it. Punter, they've got to get it away. Sakota for 3, is short. And where was Kevin Punter? Had it, didn't seem to take an eternity to realize they needed to get a shot away. End of 3. Great third period by SIG Strasbourg. They have the 57 to 55 lead. That is a tremendous 24 to 14 quarter for the French club. Their numbers have just gone up slightly on the 2. AEK's numbers have dropped. It's not so much Strasbourg have gone up, but the number that really has gone up during that third period is Strasbourg on the glass. They've done an excellent job at both offensive and defensive ends. And that's enabled them to come back from 8 down to lead this by 2. Plenty of basketball left in this one. But Strasbourg have answered some questions in that third quarter. Manny Harris has 12 and leads all scorers for AEK. Hussein Sakota with 9 off the bench. Good spread for Strasbourg with Levi Randolph, Labali, and Zach Wright all in double digits. And as I say, if David Logan can get going in the 4th, this could be a very, very important road win for Strasbourg in the journey to the Final 4. Good crowd in the OAK tonight. Noisy crowd in the OAK tonight, but an expectant crowd. That expectant crowd expects AEK to give themselves an advantage for that second leg. They'll start with the ball at the beginning of 4. Down 2. Danopoulos will get Ike into the half court. Very Greek lineup on the floor at the moment. Four Greek players. And Kevin Punter drops it inside. Mavridis, how on earth did he hold on to that? Danopoulos knocks it down. Vasilopoulos with back-to-back threes restores Ike's advantage, 58-57. And the local hero steps up again. Vasilopoulos, 2 from 2 from behind the arc. Right, off the glass for 2, scoops it. And in the second half, Zach Ryder's just got very offensive orientated. Mavridis draws yet another foul. Bilan is the latest one to get suckered into it. It's the way that Dimitris Mavridis looks at the official. Such a longing way. I need some help. Punter gets in the lane. Little floater for 2 is good. Leloup will move it on. Atkins looks underneath. And Mavridis going at it down low. Gotta love it. Logan steps back. Short 2 is good. And David Logan, throughout his career, has been able to create, has been able to score. Whether it be at college, whether it be in various clubs or with the Polish national team, he has been a huge scoring influence on whatever team he's been on. Oh, great little look away. Wide open. Vasilopoulos. Can't make it 3 in a row. Mavridis can't get the rebound. Logan can. Almost a turnover. Logan for 3. Got it! David Logan exploding in the 4th. Been there before. Read the book. Just casually gets back on defense, warms the hands up. 4-point lead for Strasbourg. Got a whistle on the play. Bilan with another personal. Labali will check back in. Labali. There's the hand. It's just easy call for the official. Vasilopoulos with the loop. Space line, off the glass for 2. A little bit man and boy. Leloup just outsized, out full. And Vasilopoulos goes to 8 personal. Has been a factor. Logan. Oh, great move. Then turns it over though. Should be an easy 2 for Punter going up. Oh, they're going to count it. They have to count it. I don't think the ball is going to go in. I think the ball had hit the ring. They're going to count it. I really do think this was there to be knocked away. Punter goes up, misses the layup. Ball's hit the ring. It's not in the cat. It's not in. And Lavery knocks it away. There was actual contact off the glass, so it should have been a basket interference anyway. I would expect that's what the referee's called. Punter on the free throw line to restore Ike's lead, which he does. An eternity left in the game. All options still on. Too tight to call. One team with a big advantage, one team in a hole. All 3 scenarios. Here's D. Bost. Gets it to Lavali. We'll go back to Bost, who will screen. Marie on a pick and pop. 5 on the possession. David Logan goes inside. Great defensive effort. Danopoulos in transition. Ike finds some momentum. Sakota got it for 3. Timeout Strasbourg. Ike have weathered the storm. They lead it by 4. And Dusan Sakata does what Dusan Sakata does. Great defense by Vanopoulos. Would not be sealed off. Great recognition. Sakata open in the book. Timeout Strasbourg. AEK on a roll.
On refait pareil, ok? Inside, bien, bien, ok? We stay wide, if they switch, ball high post, continuity, ok? Aggressive. Allez, let's go, allez, allez. Allez. On panique, on panique. 2, 3.
Yeah, so they will expect you. They will expect you. You go there, you go back. Block here, let him come here. Do not rush shot.
Everybody get try, go! We got guys on the ball, let's go here!
Basketball Champions League quarter-final, first leg. Packed house in the AEK, 4-point game. The home team have the 68-64 advantage over Strasbourg. And this is only the first leg. Foul on the ball screen. The Sakata shows hard. D-Boss drops it down. Inglis is blocked. No momentum, stop or swing here. Vanopoulos. Sakata peels off. Volume steps up. Vanopoulos, nice pass. Demetrius Mavroidis for 2. And AEK restored the type of game they had on the floor in the first half. They lead it by 6. Debost turns the corner, needs a pass. It's together or not at all, and this looks like a not at all. Tremendous look. No one helps Labali. Inglis is hanging out on the weak side. Vanopoulos. Punter looks down low. Vasilopoulos. Looks a little space, finds Mavroidis. Ball's knocked away. Great help by. And now they're going to call the foul. Vanopoulos caught Zach Taylor. Zach right there, that's a foul. And Zach Wright is, hey, I was fouled, why are you not calling it? And then, just to make sure, Vanopoulos comes over and fouls again. In fact, they've called it on Mavroidis. AEK will take the timeout, 5:24 to go in the fourth. They're back in the lead, they're back as much as you can be in control in this game, in control. They just have to be relentless in their execution. This game has many twists left in it. Strasbourg will get a run in the fourth. Let's see if it'll follow this timeout.
We must go to the side. We play. They only defend that. That's 3 turnovers in a row. Quand t'es allé dans le paquet, ils étaient tous là. Premier dribble, arrête, swing the ball. Use that to swing the ball. OK? Et autrement, tu vas sur le côté. Put on. Zach takes the first one, OK? Damien, D here. And we go to the side. Do the contrary. Do the contrary. Là, you see? D.
They won't bounce the roll hard.
Oh, this arena has seen so many great games. So many stories. And they create another one this evening. And Zach Wright. Labali will take the screen. Debost. Labali will screen for Debost. Inside draws contact and one. Tough move. drew contact, knew he was going to get hit, stayed with the play, and just kissed the glass for two. Debost. Tough move here. What Mavridis going to hit him. He knows he's going to hit him. Get solid, and then finish the play. Mavridis will sit. Delroy James checks back in. Halfway through the fourth. Bost can't get it to drop. Vanopoulos will. Oh, Vanopoulos wraps it wide open for three. Got it! Punter just lines it up and knocks it down. Step back for Bost to answer is no good. That's a great effort on the glass. Ball's knocked away. Zach Wright has it. Randolph for two is no good. And Vasilopoulos owns the glass, but then turns it over. We're going to have a held ball. Vasilopoulos had it and then lost it. Possession arrow is with Strasbourg. 7-point game. Every single possession will have a bearing on who makes the Final Four. Lavary just about. Randolph guarded by Sakata. Randolph to the middle, needs a pass, finds one. Inglis, plenty of time, tries to go to work in the lane for two. There's a whistle on the play. Foul, I think, is on Lavary. A lot of experience on both lineups. Bad decisions under pressure now. Vanopoulos as we head to the last 4 minutes of the first leg. Ike with a 73-66 advantage. All right, James has it. Looks to attack it. Goes off the glass. Great defensive effort by Inglis. Vanopoulos for the long two is no good. Defensive rebound is Inglis, but a great defensive series there. Bost in transition. Randolph attacks it on the baseline, is fouled on the penetration. Kevin Punter picks up the personal. Randolph will recycle, and Debost has it. 10 seconds on the possession. Inglis down the middle. Great work on the glass. Vanopoulos has it. 3:30 to go. Chance to increase the lead, possibly to a double-digit lead. Vasilopoulos finds. It's on the inside for two. Delroy James just went to work in the block. Nabali, inside, outside. Randolph. And definitely are not giving any chance to get his feet set. 3 on the clock. Nabali with a step back. Tough two is no good. That's a battle on the glass, and Punter wins it. Vasilopoulos hits the floor. And while the game is going on, the open for Sakata is no good. Vasilopoulos goes up, he's fouled. And we got an incident at the halfway line. And you've got to say, Delroy James and Lavary had lost any interest at all in the game. And Inglis and it still continues. And the tension at the moment, there's Inglis and Lavary. and James. While the game goes on, complete loss of any professionalism. The game continues, and there's guys at the halfway line. The referees have asked players to go to their benches so they can establish. When we come back, Vasilopoulos is going to, this is the replay. And Vasilopoulos took a tumble, shall we say. And then the next time you see it, Labali and Delroy James are exchanging personal details at the halfway line. Well, Vasilopoulos, you've got to say, right in front of the official, I'm not sure what exactly happened, but then I have no idea at all what Delroy James and everybody else was getting into. The facts are, AEK have a 75-66 lead. I think that is just by gestures. There are players who they either have warned that will be ejected or have been ejected. We'll have to look and see how this plays out. The good thing about this moment in time is that there is time that has elapsed. You would hope that that will lead to some clearer thinking. Obviously, these situations extremely pressurized. I think the referee's going to have a look at what did and didn't happen. I have no idea how or what led to Pagiotis Vasilopoulos hitting the floor. That one's a mystery. The important thing again to stress, the referees need to take as long as they need to get the situation right. We know we've got a two-shot foul coming back because Sakota missed the open shot and there was no one near Vasilopoulos. And he gets fouled on the way back up by Randolph. And you see D. Boss just arriving. He was at the halfway line. Vasilopoulos makes the first. Ten-point lead. Strasbourg have to refocus, keep this to a manageable number. As Vasilopoulos goes to 9 personal, has been big in the second half in all sorts of ways. Bilan in the game, ball knocked away. D-Boss wants out of bounds, doesn't get. Leloup has. D-Boss turns the corner. Attacks down the middle, inside with a tough two. Is no good, and Sakota has. And a pushing foul. D-Boss. See, Green has. D-Boss goes, fouls. Green's out of bounds. AEK have the basketball. Both teams in the penalty. Free throws could become huge as this game develops. Well, the only Delroy James and Damien Inglis in that altercation were both charged with technical fouls. It looks like they were the only people that were punished in any way. Mauro Milan on the free throw line to make this a 10-point game. Absolutely crucial. He ticks the scoreboard over here. Strasbourg could end up single digits and very much in this tie. Or if Ike go on another run right now, it could be a very tough ask in the second leg. Bilang can't make the second, but Leloup does a marvelous job on the glass. Zach Wright tries to space the floor, attacks it in the lane, will go to the free throw line. And punter is charged with the personal. Zach Wright will go to the free throw line. That's a foul. He may have had one hand on the ball, the other hand across the arm. One for two for Wright, back to a 10-point game inside the last 2 minutes. Green will back out, wants the ball screen. Thomas puts it on the floor, gets to the ring, can't complete. Defensive rebound is Randolph's, chance to push. Leloup for three is long. Randolph comes up with it. Ball belongs to Strasbourg with a new 14. Zach Wright will inbound. Leloup will move it on. David Logan, who after that real spell in the earlier in the period has just gone quiet. Ball's inside to Bilan. They're going to ask him to score. Goes up, right hand. And Delroy James was just too big, too strong, too everything. Crowd trying to see their team home right now. Green off the second screen, pulls it out. James can't get it to drop. Sakata comes up with the offensive board. Dusan Sakata in the corner, guarded by Wright. James penetrates and kicks. 5 on the possession. Green steps back, is short. Sakata will get it, lines it up, he's out of bounds. Coach Calais makes a great call. Timeout for Strasbourg. Just couldn't stay in bounds.
In 2 times, you go fast. Go wide first one, whatever, okay? Second time, Levi, when you arrive here, you cut. When you start to attack, you go there. You come down after, okay? Allez, we need a 3. Let's go. Allez, go, good defense.
Didn't happen, okay? Anyway, listen. Again, I will repeat. Defense is against 3. Hey, come on, guys, I'm talking. Listen. Defense against 3-point shot. In 1-on-1 inside to the paint, 1-on-1, no help. Keep your man on 3-point shot.
Sideline possession, 30 seconds, just a shade over to go. Anything Strasbourg now can do to get it into single digits will really help the cause. Zach Wright has it. They're just going to take one, I think. They're not going to go 2 for 1 here. David Logan steps back, takes the tough one, way short. Asilopoulos, surely they're going to hold. One shot here. This could be a 13 or a 12-point margin. Turnover. How important will that be? You tell your young players, stay away from the sideline, stay away from the halfway line. Kevin Punter just stood there. They've got to do it all again at the defensive end. 10 seconds for Strasbourg to have a big impact on this tie. Debost goes straight to the hole for 2. And wide, they get the 2 shots. Well, they wanted the and-one play. Almost got it. Foul going up, should make. Will go to the free throw line with 3.7 seconds on the clock. AEK have 2 timeouts. That's why they'll take one now, and I almost guarantee they'll take one after if Debost makes both. Bar the flashpoint in the middle of the 4th. May have had a bearing, but I think at the end of the day, you've just got to credit AEK for the way they have stayed with their game plan offensively.
Switch on this guy, back up, ready to help, okay? Be careful not to give the depth first, okay? Start like this, and watch Sakota. Have one eye on Sakota. Allez, go, let's go, allez, make the free throw. Extend.
Debost will go to the free throw line with 2 free throws. That could be crucial come qualification for the Final Four. Debost to get this into single digits. Misses the first. Makes the second. They'll take the timeout to advance the ball. Well, even though these 2-legged games, 80 minutes of basketball, could come down to such small margins.
Now, let's watch this.
Let's just take a listen.
You are fine, okay. Number 4.
Oh, the ball here?
He's taking it out. I got it.
Mike is out. Who's that?
Mike is
But who is that?
Kevin, that's Kevin.
This is Kevin. Kevin will set a pick for number 4 to go on this side. And you set a pick. But Kevin is going to you down.
Okay.
And watch this.
Okay.
You have something. So it's a fake.
We switch, but we switch going under. We don't go in the outside pass first.
This is the trial that coaches go through in these 2-legged games. It's not about winning and losing tonight. The result in terms of a win and a loss is already decided. Did AEK go in with a double-digit lead, or does Strasbourg take a 9-point deficit back to France? Punter's got to put it up. Way short. And that'll do it. What a first leg. AEK will take a 9-point advantage to France. They win it here in the OACA 78-69. They led early. Strasbourg, with a great third quarter, took a lead into the final period. And then AEK just wore them down. Tremendous fourth period by the home club. Contributions from across the bench. You cannot underestimate the contribution of Vasilopoulos in that second half. There are the stats. 51 and 36. Rebounds, Strasbourg just shaded it. But these two teams are matched the first time in 3 meetings this year that AEK have got the win. They're going to have to go to France. They're going to have to win or lose by 8 to make the Final Four. What a game in store next week. Kevin Punter had a 15-point haul. Lavallee was excellent across the game for Strasbourg. Vanopoulos at the guard spot really did a job in the second half in particular. Sakota had 12. Manny Harris had 12 early. Wright was very good in the second half. D. Boss was a little absent. He'll bring his A game next week. You can guarantee that. That was a tremendous, resilient win for AEK. They have given themselves a real shot at the Final Four. Strasbourg are really alive in this tie. These second half highlights will show you how dominant Strasbourg were in that third period, building the lead at the end of 3. But AEK in the fourth quarter were just absolutely phenomenal. Both ends of the floor. They kept Strasbourg to 12 points in that fourth period. And that was the decisive factor. Yep, it boiled over, but this is Basketball Champions League action. This is one tie away from the Final Four. Emotions are going to run high. Players just have to learn how to control them and channel them in the right way. AEK maintained their discipline. AEK played great defense in the fourth quarter. And they withstood a tremendous effort by Strasbourg to take a 9-point lead into France next week. Vasilopoulos with that 3 in the middle of 3 threes that he made, I think was a crucial factor in the game. The way Coach Sakota managed those resources was excellent. The way this crowd saw the home team home was just an example of how to be a crowd. They were just phenomenal. And AEK have the advantage, but this tie is far from over. From the OACA, from one of the homes of basketball in Europe, and from a home team win. I wish you a good night from Athens. Enjoy the second leg. Join us next week to see if AEK can get the win or get the result that will take them to the Final Four. But from Athens, it's good night.